What's up, guys? Welcome to A Reseller's Life. My name is Chris, and I go by Daily Refinement Online. In today's episode, we're going to go over 7 ways to source that you wouldn't commonly think about, and let's get straight into it. So the very first one is sourcing drives. Now, this is something you've probably received in your mailbox before. It's when an independent group reaches out to you to collect donations. What you're going to do is create a flyer, and you're either going to hand them out on community boards, or you're going to create an actual mailer using an exact zip code. You can even put our lovely neighbor as the to address, slip them in the people's boxes in a specific area with a pickup date and a phone number. Typically, this works best if you're a true 501c and you're completely charity, but you can be a for-profit with a charity aspect. And this is where, depending on where you live, you may have heard of Savers or Value Village. This company is for profit, but has a charity side to it. So in case you have something like a company set up where you sell the goods, you can organize it so a percentage of sales goes to charity. And that's a great way to do it, and not something that people commonly do. So the second source, and probably the most profitable source, because I know tons of resellers that do this, and this is business liquidation services. So this is the biggest one and the most valuable service that you can provide. Not only can you get inventory to resell, sometimes you can get paid to take it. So imagine getting paid for inventory that you're going to resell. The most common ones are junk removal, electronics recycling, and off-season inventory. So let me give you an example of all 3. Junk removal, somebody's moving out, you contact a realtor, a house needs to be cleaned out so it can be put on the market. They have a relationship with you, you show up, you get paid $400 per quarter truckload or something to haul that stuff away. Some of that money goes to putting the stuff in the dump. Some of the money goes towards the labor required for the truck and the gas, and then whatever's left, you resell the goods and you get paid X amount. It's not uncommon for a junk removal service to bill $2,000 per day. That's about 5 or 6 pickups, and that is extremely common. In my storage unit, there are more than 20 trucks that do this. That's how common it is. So people are constantly moving. If you live in an area or a city, there's so much junk that needs to be removed. That's massive. And even the company 1-800-GOT-JUNK is $1 billion company. Okay, next is electronics recycling. This is huge. So you can't just dispose of electronics. They have sensitive data on them. So you can actually get licenses to do electronics recycling. You can work with specific companies in order to get the goods. Once you have that contract set up, you're going to be the go-to person to basically gather the electronic stuff, wash it clean of all consumer data, and then recycle it. You can even flip it. And this is, the example I always give is the Blind Center in Las Vegas. We visited there at a 75-person event in 2018, and they are a multi-million-dollar nonprofit business. I think 20 blind people actually work there. So the options for eBay are incredible, but they have relationships with the hotels in Vegas. When they get new equipment, they donate all their goods to this electronics recycler. Specifically, like the biggest donor is Steve Wynn, the hotel magnate. He gives them all their goods, and then they basically take it apart, clean all the drives, and then resell them on eBay. They also private label pencil sharpeners. Such a cool company. So they take all these goods and they recycle them, and they also sell to other resellers because they have so much inventory they can't even sell all of it. They have probably 3 or 4 pallets a week of just keyboards, right? So if you're a keyboard seller, reach out to the Blind Center in Las Vegas. That's an amazing enterprise. Electronic recycling is huge. Also, Angie, shout out to Angie. She's a local to me. I really need to go visit her. She won, I believe, 2017 Entrepreneur of the Year, Small Business Woman of the Year. She has a 15-person employee company. It's awesome. I am always so inspired by people who take the leap and have that gigantic overhead. She told me that before she starts making a penny, she has $50,000 a month in bills, something like that. So think about how massive her operation is. Very cool, very inspiring. And then finally is like off-season inventory liquidation. One site example of this is 6pm.com, is like an offshoot of Zappos. So This is where you contact retailers, and at the very end of the season, they're liquidating their goods at 70, 80, 90% off. You can get their goods and then reflip them, but you have to buy all of it. There are tons of companies that do this online. An example of in-person that does this would be Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. They're basically offloading, or maybe off Saks Fifth Avenue. These are just examples of companies that do this in a brick and mortar setting, and they're buying all the inventory. And you'll also notice that they spread it out amongst their stores. If you find a pair of Reeboks at one store, it's possible the same Reeboks are being distributed to 20 different stores, because just like in when you're doing brick and mortar, you can't sell that many styles in one specific area. You're going to spread it out across the whole market. And sometimes if they don't sell in one store, they'll rotate it to a different store. But if you're selling online, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so now I want to talk about the sponsor of this video, which is Skillshare. And Skillshare is actually my most desired sponsor because they do exactly what I want to do, which is both teach and learn. So you guys know I have 2 courses on Skillshare right now. They're both free if you want to try them. One is on how to build automation into your business for Mac, and one is how to build automation to your business PC, right? So both of those courses are free. Both have over 100 students in them, right? So I have a passion for showing people how to do things. Skillshare is a platform where you go in and you subscribe and you can learn as much stuff as you want. So as an example, I was looking up, how do I sell on Etsy? Right? I looked up a specific store, and now there's a course done by Etsy on how to open an Etsy store, how to determine if a market is viable, how to determine if it's going to sell well, how to set up your shop, how to stand out, taught by Etsy, right? That's amazing. I'm actually very surprised that eBay does not have a course by eBay on Skillshare, because there's so many people on there that actually teach exactly what to do. Why not have the actual platform run that course? So I love Skillshare because 1, I am actually an instructor on there, and 2, I actually use it to learn skills myself. If you guys want to try out Skillshare, the link in the description below will give you 2 free months, including my course. And I'm going to be releasing more courses in the future, specifically on sourcing. So people are wondering, Chris, how do I source online? How do I get wholesalers in China? I'm going to be doing all of that and putting it on Skillshare. And it's like a double whammy. 1, I get to make the course, right? And I get paid if referrals go to the site and sign up, they can try it for free. And 2, you actually get paid if you are a good instructor and people watch your stuff longer. So if they're actually learning, then the platform shares the profit with you. Very, very cool company, one of my favorites, and a sponsor of this video. So check out that link to help me out, and I appreciate it. Let's get into the next tip, which is donation bins. You guys drive around in grocery stores, you'll see those big metal bins where you can open them up and throw stuff in. Those are very popular and very profitable. So you can actually increase the real estate value if you have enough of those in certain areas, because it creates walk-in traffic. People will go there, donate something, and then maybe shop somewhere. You can set these up outside businesses. You can also set this up inside businesses. Popular things you commonly see are like shoe donation, coat donation, canned food donations, but then you can also do them for resale, like electronics recycling inside of a Best Buy. That's a specific company that has arranged something with Best Buy. So donation bins are awesome. Okay, next is very controversial, perhaps illegal, dumpster diving. In California, it is illegal. So you can't just look in people's trash without permission. In some states you can, but I haven't had any issues setting that up. So I'm going to be doing a small series on dumpster diving. And what I'm trying to do is basically get it before it gets to the dumpster. Managers have to destroy inventory if it's defective or something. In certain cases, they're throwing away brand new stuff. So this is all about who you know and understanding the procedures of each specific company. It would behoove you to go into the mall, walk to every single store, and ask them what happens to inventory that's damaged or defective. They may have a company policy where it needs to be destroyed or it gets sent back, or they might just throw it away. So it's worth your time to go through the mall one time. All you need is one friend to get free inventory. And I really love dumpster diving because the inventory is free. Prevents it from going into a landfill, and also, I mean, just be careful. I don't want anyone going to jail because of this channel. Okay, the next one is LinkedIn ads and Facebook ads. I've seen people successfully use these for a few reasons. One is looking for home cleanouts, estate cleanouts, and business removal, like the junk stuff. So you're getting run ads. And right now, as baby boomers are getting older, believe it or not, millennials are just donating entire estates. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to sell stuff online. And so if you run ads, you can basically get in there and say, look, somebody may be nearing the end of their life. It's time to think about how to handle the estate. Let us come in and properly sell all the stuff in your house and give you a percentage versus you just donating it to Goodwill and getting nothing or just a small tax write-off. Let's help you maximize the situation. And people are preparing for end of the life and actually maximizing that situation. So I love LinkedIn and Facebook ads because now you have leads coming to you. Fantastic way to source. Okay, the next is Craigslist ads. I highly recommend you do this in categories like electronics or new with tags items or shoes. Things that have an MSRP of $200 or more is my recommendation, just because it costs a lot of time and energy to meet up with somebody. So if you can have a specific meetup spot, for me, it's outside my storage unit. This saves so much time because you can meet up with 3, 4, 5 people at the same time, make a bunch of lowball offers and get some goods coming in. If you have a brick and mortar shop like Craigslist Hunter, you can set it up and people will continuously come in. It's very inexpensive to have a virtual assistant rewrite the ads every single day. And depending on where you live, these ads might be free or they might cost $1 or $2. But it's worth it because if you can even, pro tip, you can even post the want ads inside the selling ads. So people who are selling stuff or people who are buying stuff or selling stuff might do one or the other. That's why it's important to maybe do a buy, trade, sell situation. Cameras is a really good category to buy, sell, and trade because you can get one lens here, one body there, and it'll be awesome. And then finally is churches. So you can ask your church to do a drive and you can either give the church a percentage of the sales. You can just buy it from the church. The church can just give it to you, although I think that's a conflict of interest. You should at least be paying the church something for that effort. You can do a church community sale and you run the sale and basically take all the sales that are really good, all the stuff that's good, sell that online to maximize your profit, give the church a kickback, and the rest of the stuff sell locally. There's a lot of stuff that cannot be sold online because the average selling price is too low. So definitely leverage things that you already have. That way you don't have to spend a lot of money getting started. Again, I'm not a huge fan of spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on courses. I do have a course, but it's $35. Right? So it's all the information that I have in one little organized manner versus spending a ton of money on an expensive course and you still need to go out there and do the work. And then that's another reason why I like Skillshare, because you can just do a subscription. I think it's fairly inexpensive. It's under $50 a month to get access to thousands and thousands of courses where you can just learn something specific, get in, get out, instead of filtering through tons of stuff. Also, last thought, if you guys want to listen to this on Apple Podcasts, all of these episodes are in podcast form. And if you want to listen to it on there are no ads, which is going to help you guys get through the information quicker. And I always have the information in the description below if you don't have time and you just want to read it. So I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Take care. Love life, live it like we appreciate it. Think smart, drink smarter, play hard, work hard.